What is up, YouTubers, reviewers, and viewers? This is Cam the Lego Man back with a brand new video for today. Today, I'm going to be going over my scorching hot takes of the Lego Star Wars theme. And I know I'm going to get some flack for some of these. That is why I'm labeling the video as scorching hot takes. They're my own personal opinions, and I want to see if you guys disagree with me or if you agree with me. Just kind of had some thoughts about some things. First on the list, that's automatically going to get me thrown into a garbage disposal bin and crushed until I can't breathe anymore. The 2008 Republic gunship. I think it's overhyped. I think it's like it was an okay set when it came out all the way back in 2008. Had some really goated minifigures in it. But the 2013 Republic gunship is right there, man. That thing looks awesome. It looks way better. I mean, some can argue the minifigs in that one aren't as good or as cool as the ones that came in the previous one, but the 2013 one is the cherry on top, and I don't think we have had one that is play scale to beat it since. The closest thing that we have is the one that came out like a year or two ago, the all-red one with the Coruscant guards. I just wish they'd quit shrinking stuff too, but it is what it is. Next up, let's go back to 2011 to set number 7913 Clone Trooper Battle Pack. That battle pack is garbage. I don't know why people like it as much as they do. Don't get me wrong, I had it. I had one growing up, but I only wanted one. I didn't want multiple. I didn't think it was worthy enough to have multiple. The only good thing about it was getting multiple bark speeders, but that was really it. Everything else is just kind of like the clones are okay, Like they're not something I'd want to buy in mass of. Like I'm pretty sure, I don't know. It's just not that good to me. Next on the list, any Lego set in the Star Wars theme that has the AT-RT as a main build, I don't know why they keep making them, to be honest with you. Again, they're cool sets. I definitely bought a few growing up, but I've never liked them. I mainly got them for the minifigures, and that's about it. I always thought they were just way too big. Like I know things in play scale aren't necessarily to scale. That's why they are play scale. But my God, they honestly look way better when they come in the ones like in the turbo tank back in the day. Like that just makes sense to me because it like they're not supposed to be these giant vehicles. I almost always saw them as like their equivalent to a dirt bike or something. Not like I see a motorcycle as a speeder bike, but like a dirt bike was an AT-RT to me because I don't know. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me, and that's all that matters. You expect them to climb all the way up there and just ride around? I don't know. Next up on my hot takes list, I got to go to 2003 for the Lego UCS Cloud City. It's not a good set. I don't care what anyone says. That set is Duke. I don't know why anyone really likes it as much as they do, other than Boba Fett. I have not heard one good argument other than nostalgia that set is a good set other than the fully printed OG Boba Fett. And I just don't think that's a good argument. I don't even, like, the Boba Fett's cool, but it's not that cool. Like, arguably, I think we have better Boba Fetts by today's standards. And you can say that for a lot of things, and I know that stuff is mainly nostalgia-based. I love the OG... Hold on. I love the OG Star Wars stuff. I love how they used to look. I really do. I love this Jango Fett with all my heart. It's one of my most prized possessions. I just don't think it's worthy enough to be like, oh, this is one of the best sets of all time. Sorry, I don't know. Next on the list, I definitely am going to get shot with a blaster for this one. The Lego animated clones. I'm not saying that they're necessarily bad. I've always liked them growing up. I take it back. No, I didn't. That's a lie. I just lied to you. I don't really like them that much. I think they're okay. I've always kind of liked them, but nothing to me beats the live action versions. And even if I did get a Clone Wars or Rebels based set, I would still rather them look live action. That is just a weird hot take I've always had. I've had arguments with friends in the past about this. I've never liked them. I've never liked the whole time that the Clone Wars was running and we got those animated clones over and over and over again. I never liked them. I think the peak ones that we had were the Phase 1 and Phase 2 clones from about the 2013-2014 era. I don't know why they stopped doing them. I think the mixed look that they are giving clones now does not look good. I don't think they look good at all. They need to revert. We were at peak. What happened? I don't know. I don't know what happened. Next into the bin of hot flames, of hot takes, I just don't think the buildable figures look that good. And no, I'm not talking about the construction ones. Obviously, everyone doesn't really like them. I kind of like them. They're not that bad. But I'm talking about the more recent ones with Grogu, C-3PO, Chewbacca, that disgrace, that monster. I would never buy that. I don't even care if it was $10. It looks terrible. And I'm not just saying that from a basis of I just don't think they look good. I think they honestly just take up a slot that could go to another PlayScale set or something more worth the money that those are. There's tons of things Star Wars still hasn't made. Next year for 2025 is the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, and I'm not really seeing that many Revenge of the Sith sets. I know there's some coming out, but I don't know. Revenge of the Sith is a pretty big movie, especially for the people who grew up with it. It's huge. I'm not really too sure why. I know we obviously are only getting really spring to summer right now. Maybe something happens later in the year, but why wait that long to do that? I don't know. There's so many things from Revenge of the Sith that still haven't been made, and these buildable figures are just gonna take up the space. I would also throw in the helmet line as well. I don't think the helmets are that good either. Sorry. This is another one where I'm actually going to get put in the Geonosian arena for this one. And this time I'm not getting out because I'm not a Jedi. The Lego UCS Death Star sets. They're not that good. Sorry. Don't shoot me. Don't blast me. I don't think they are necessarily that bad. I think they're okay. I think my main problem with them has always been, honestly, just up them by like another $50-$100. I really don't care. Let them have an outer shell, man. Like I think it's cool that they had it open like that, and you can recreate scenes from the movie, and you get a ton of minifigures and stuff. But I would honestly like to pay like $100-$150 more for just outer plating to fill out the Death Star, to where I can open up panels and stuff. I know I'm probably the only one alone on that because it already is like pretty expensive as is. But yeah. That's just my thought process. Next up on the list of my scorching hot takes, Lego Jedi Starfighter sets. They're not good. I don't like them. I don't think we have gotten a single one besides maybe the very, very early 2002 one. I think it was 2002, 2003 as when they came out with Obi-Wan Starfighter for the Attack of the Clones wave of that year. I know it's old. Maybe it is a little ounce of nostalgia, but that one looks better than the majority of the ones that they had came out with for the years to come. I don't really like the way that they look, and the reason being is I don't think that they curve as much as Lego tries to make you believe they do. I don't think they have ever curved that hard on the wings, at least. And then my main issue with them, the curving I can get past, but the main issue that's always bothered me is literally the like main hump of the cockpit. They buff up the cockpit so big, it like kind of drives me crazy. That's why I always like the original one. I'm going to throw up a picture of what I think a perfect one could look like in play scale. Shout out to Brick Vault for this. If you haven't checked them out, you totally should. I like a lot of their mocks that you can buy instructions for. I've done a few myself. But I just don't like them. I don't think they've ever looked good. I do have a soft spot, though, for Plo Koon Starfighter. Even though that one is still a little egregious, I do like it. Always have. But I hope you guys can kind of relate to me on that one. On this next one, I don't really know if this is a hot take or not. But I really do think that LEGO should start putting in more unique minifigures back into their sets. I know there wasn't really a lot of sets that they did this with, but I always thought it was cool when they did. Throw in like random people. I don't really know if people like that as much as I do. That's why I'm labeling this as a hot take. So perfect example, back in 2002 we had the Republic gunship, and it came with Jedi Bob, who at the time was an unnamed Jedi. And I just think it would be so cool if we started doing that again. I wouldn't mind having a Jedi battle pack and they were all no names. I really would, because there's so many Jedi that we don't even know. I'm sure there's someone out there who can name every Jedi in the course in the temple, all the way from episode 1 to episode 3. I'm sure somebody out there can do it. I cannot, but I think it would be so cool if we could get just a bunch of random people again, and then maybe in these bigger sets, they keep kind of reusing the same faces over and over again for the troopers. Do like random stuff, like perfect example way back when I think it was, I could be wrong on the date, but I think it's about a 2003 snowspeeder. I'll throw it on screen for you guys to see. They had a guy with like the hair coming down, swooping off of his face. Do stuff like that again. Like give them personality. That's what I'm looking for. Give them personality. A lot of Lego characters don't. And I'm not just mentioning that for Star Wars either. I know there's a few other themes out there that kind of suffer the same thing, but the Star Wars line really gets it hard, I think. None of the people have personality. They're all just like, I know in this last one, I'm definitely going to get labeled as an insane person who needs to be thrown in Arkham Asylum to never return. Throw me in the loony bin for this one. I really don't care. I think we need more Gungan stuff. Anything Gungan related. I don't know why I have a weird hyperfixation on Gungan stuff from episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And it actually pains me that we haven't gotten anything really good Gungan related since The Phantom Menace came out with those Lego sets. Like, it kind of drives me crazy. I don't know. It really does just pain me that we haven't gotten really any good Gungan stuff since The Phantom Menace. We don't get any of the animals that they used to ride. Like, I think the thing that actually drives me crazy the most is that we have never gotten the Famba. I think that's how you say it. It's that big monster that they used in The Phantom Menace to power the shield generator for the Gungans to be safe from the droids until they just march right in and start, like, a genocide on them, you know? It kind of drives me crazy that we've never gotten that. And I've always liked The Phantom Menace. That is a Star Wars hot take in general. I don't think it really should be. I think episode 1's fantastic. But I think the Battle of Naboo just doesn't get enough love as it should. And, you know, I really wouldn't even be mad if they came out with a Master Builder set with the Famba, with the little dinosaur things that they're on, charging into battle. Maybe some of those balls they just throw at them. I honestly forgot the name of them, but they just chuck it at the droids and they just drop dead. I think that would be so cool. I know this is not really a hot take, but Lego, if you're listening, please give us a UCS MTT. Please pack it with droids, please, and then throw some Gungans in there too. I don't care, just please. But yeah, I just think Gungans deserve way more love. They have a lot of cool things going on. I think they're an underrated society. I am not secretly a Gungan, if that's what you're thinking. I see you behind that screen. Thanks for watching today, guys. I really enjoyed making this list, and I can't wait to get flamed in the comments and just see what you guys have to say about it. And I just want to say also thanks for 100 subs. Finally hit that milestone. Now I'm shooting for 500. So if you guys could get me there, I would also cry myself to sleep tonight, tomorrow, the next day. Probably wake up, go hug my mom, tell her how much I love her, and tell her I made it. Not really, but I'm really close to making it at that point. I can start doing more things. But I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.